Do you usually eat a handful of nuts each day to support your heart or blood sugar levels? If so, you're not alone. According to a survey by the National Institute on Aging (NIH), up to 61% of men over the age of 60 include nuts as part of their healthy diet. Unfortunately, nearly half of them are choosing the wrong types of nuts, silently weakening their hormone function and vitality without even realizing it. I understand. Once you turn 60, your body starts to slow down. You may notice trouble sleeping, low energy, or feeling like your spirit just isn't what it used to be. But sometimes, the cause is not just aging. It can come from small daily choices in your diet, like the type of nuts you're eating. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at 5 types of nuts that may seem healthy, but could be affecting your hormone health as you age. And we'll explore better alternatives that can help you feel stronger, lighter, and more in control of your body again. Before we continue, tap subscribe and turn on the bell if you find this content helpful. Type 1 below if it's not quite right yet. Feel free to type 0. I read every comment to improve the content for people like you. After the age of 60, many people begin to feel that they are not as resilient as they once were. It's not just about eating, sleeping, or moving around. It's also about the sense that your body no longer responds as sharply. You may feel tired easily, become more anxious, or find it harder to maintain confidence in moments when you need it most. However, this is not a sign that your best days are over. In fact, according to the American Geriatric Society, male hormones, especially testosterone, begin to decline steadily from the age of 40. By the time you reach 60, this decrease can reach up to 30 to 40% compared to your peak years. This shift can affect your energy levels, sleep quality, mood, memory, and your ability to maintain vitality. In addition, your circulatory system may not work as efficiently as before. The smallest blood vessels, especially in the lower part of the body, are often the first to be affected by aging, a sedentary lifestyle, or a diet high in salt and sugar. When blood flow becomes unstable, it can lead to cold hands and feet, numbness, trouble sleeping, and even a decline in your ability to regulate physical function. Another factor that is often overlooked is the prostate, a small gland that plays an important role in the urinary and male health systems. As we age, the prostate tends to enlarge, putting pressure on the bladder and urethra. This can lead to frequent nighttime urination, difficulty starting or finishing urination, or a constant feeling of not being fully relieved over time. This condition can affect your mental state and reduce your overall quality of life. Finally, many people trust what appears to be healthy and end up choosing the wrong foods. Some nuts advertised as good for heart health may actually contain industrial oils, refined sugars, or additives that damage blood vessels and hormone balance. That's why. Before turning to medications or expensive solutions, it's better to start with something simple. Take a moment to review the types of nuts you eat every day and see if they are on the list below, because it might be those seemingly harmless choices that are quietly taking away the control and well-being you still deserve to have. 1. Cashews. If you've ever chosen cashews instead of snacks like chips or sweet ice cream, that is a well-intentioned choice. Cashews look clean and smooth. They are rich, easy to eat, and often sold in stores with a health label. However, this very deliciousness hides a major risk for men over 60, especially when it comes to circulation and hormone function. Have you noticed? Most cashews sold today are roasted at high temperatures and coated with industrial oils such as sunflower oil, soybean oil, or canola oil. These oils not only destroy the healthy fats naturally found in cashews, but also create oxidative compounds that silently inflame the blood vessels, including those that support the lower part of the body. In addition, many cashews are coated with light sugar, honey, or even sweet cheese powder to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. But this approach backfires. Refined sugar increases insulin, promotes belly fat, reduces testosterone production, and disrupts hormone balance. These are direct contributors to the decline in vitality as we age, even if you choose dry roasted, unsweetened cashews. The risk remains if the nuts were processed at high heat. At that temperature, unstable fats inside the nuts are broken down, forming compounds that can damage the inner lining of blood vessels. This lining is responsible for producing nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood flow evenly throughout the body. This means that even a handful of seemingly harmless cashews at night, if prepared the wrong way, could quietly lower the quality of your sleep, your vitality, and your overall well-being. I am not saying you have to give up cashews completely, but if you enjoy them, choose raw cashews that are unroasted, unsalted, free from sugar and oil, and eat them in moderation, because as we get older, quality matters more than quantity. And nature is always your best ally when it comes to supporting hormones and blood vessels. 2. Peanuts. In many households, peanuts are almost essential, from evening snacks to toppings in stir-fried dishes, and even peanut butter at breakfast. We use peanuts like an old friend, familiar and convenient, but sometimes it is the familiar things that can quietly do harm if we do not understand their nature. First of all, peanuts are not actually nuts. They belong to the legume family, similar to green beans or soybeans. This may seem unimportant, but in reality, legumes contain various compounds that can disrupt hormone balance if consumed improperly, especially for men over the age of 60. One major issue lies in storage. Peanuts are highly susceptible to aflatoxins, which are invisible and odorless fungal toxins that often develop when peanuts are stored in warm and humid conditions. Once inside the body, aflatoxins can damage the liver, interfere with detoxification processes, and directly affect the natural production of male hormones. It does not stop there. Both peanuts and commercial peanut butter contain high levels of omega-6 while lacking omega-3. This imbalance can lead to chronic inflammation in blood vessels, affect endocrine glands, and gradually reduce testosterone production. Peanut butter, although convenient and flavorful, often contains added sugar, salt, emulsifiers, and industrial oils. All of these can raise blood pressure, disturb lipid levels, and impair hormone function. For older adults, these effects do not show up overnight but build up quietly over months and years. Another lesser-known factor is phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that mimic estrogen. At an older age, when testosterone levels are already declining, adding too much of these plant estrogens can further upset hormonal balance, leading to fatigue, reduced vitality, and a drop in enthusiasm for daily activities. So if you are consuming peanuts or peanut butter daily thinking it is good for your health, take a moment to pause. Check the ingredients carefully. Avoid varieties with added sugar or salt, and try not to eat them too frequently. After age 60, even small nutritional missteps can affect your entire hormonal system. 3. Salted roasted macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are often seen as the queen of nuts, elegant, rich in healthy fats, and commonly found in premium gift boxes or high-end nutrition aisles. With their buttery taste, light crunch, and attractive appearance, many people over 60 choose macadamia nuts as a healthy snack instead of sweets. But few realize that this very luxury can become a silent burden on the circulatory and hormonal systems if consumed the wrong way. The difference lies in how they are processed. Most macadamia nuts on the market are roasted at high temperatures using industrial oils and often coated with salt or salted butter to enhance flavor. This process oxidizes the natural fats in the nuts, fats that are otherwise beneficial for heart health. and creates compounds that trigger inflammation and damage the small blood vessels that support male vitality. For men over 60, the small vessels in the lower part of the body are usually the first to be affected by high blood pressure or chronic inflammation. When the inner lining of these vessels is damaged, the body produces less nitric oxide, making blood flow more restricted. This impacts many natural physical functions, from sleep and mood to vitality. On top of that, salted roasted macadamia nuts tend to contain high levels of sodium, which can raise blood pressure, especially in those taking medications for heart or blood pressure conditions. When blood pressure remains high, blood vessels constrict, limiting the flow of blood to distant parts of the body, including areas related to physical performance. An older patient once told me, "I eat macadamia every night because I thought it was good for my heart." But when we checked the label, the type he was eating contained vegetable oil, salt, and flavoring agents. After switching to raw walnuts and unsalted almonds, his blood pressure stabilized, his sleep improved, and his energy noticeably increased in just 4 weeks. So if you love macadamia nuts, choose raw ones that are unheated and unsalted, and eat them in moderation. When chosen wisely, nuts can be your ally, but if you choose the wrong kind, they can quietly work against you without you even realizing it. 4. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are often referred to as a superfood due to their exceptionally high natural selenium content. Selenium is a trace mineral essential for thyroid function, immune support, and even plays a vital role in reproductive health. For this reason, many people, especially middle-aged men, have added Brazil nuts to their daily diets in hopes of improving hormone levels and restoring vitality. However, what many people do not realize is that each Brazil nut contains about 90 to 100 micrograms of selenium. This means that eating just 2 to 3 nuts a day already exceeds the safe limit recommended by the U.S. Institute of Medicine when consumed daily over a long period. Excess selenium can accumulate in the body, leading to metabolic disruptions and a gradual decline in hormone function, often without obvious signs in the beginning. One of the earliest symptoms of mild selenium toxicity includes fatigue, irritability, forgetfulness, and sleep disturbances. But more concerning is that excess selenium may interfere with the body's ability to naturally produce testosterone. It can also disrupt the balance of other essential minerals such as zinc and magnesium, which are the foundation of male health and prostate function. I once worked with a typical case, a 63-year-old man who was very careful with his diet and exercised regularly, yet continued to experience prolonged fatigue and a loss of enthusiasm. It turned out that he had been eating 5 Brazil nuts every morning for nearly a year, believing it was a way to boost natural vitality. After stopping and switching to lighter options like walnuts or flax seeds, his condition improved over 2 months, and his hormone tests returned to normal. This shows that even good foods need to be taken in the right dose. Brazil nuts are not bad, but they should only be eaten in moderation, just 1 to 2 nuts per week, as a natural mineral supplement, not as a daily snack. In later life, balance and sensitivity in nutrition matter more than any so-called superfood. 5. Flavored mixed nuts. If you have ever picked up a bag of mixed nuts at the supermarket, with flavors like honey, sea salt, cheese, or even smoky BBQ, then you've already met the final item on this list: flavored mixed nuts. They look appealing and sound healthy, but in reality, they are one of the most harmful snacks for hormonal and urinary health in older adults. The reason is simple. These nuts are usually roasted at high heat using industrial oils, then coated with sugar, salt, flavorings, and preservatives to enhance taste and extend shelf life. Each of these ingredients is already harmful to blood vessels on its own, but when combined, they create a perfect storm that disrupts blood circulation and hormone balance. Imagine this: industrial oils high in omega-6 promote inflammation in blood vessels. Salt raises blood pressure. Sugar spikes insulin and throws off metabolism. All of these factors can weaken male hormone function, leaving you more tired, restless, and less confident in daily activities. Many older adults choose flavored nuts as an evening snack, thinking they are a better option than sweets or ice cream. But analysis shows that just one handful of flavored nuts can contain 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium, nearly 1/4 of the recommended daily limit. Even more concerning, many of these products contain preservatives like BHT, TBHQ, or artificial coloring agents, which have been flagged for potential long-term effects on the nervous system and hormonal health. One of my patients, Mr. Larry Stevens, age 68, used to eat a bag of flavored nuts every night while watching TV. He thought giving up soda and cookies was enough. But when we changed that habit and replaced the flavored nuts with raw walnuts and unsalted pistachios, his blood pressure improved, his sleep deepened, and his mental clarity returned, all within just 3 weeks. Flavored nuts are not inherently bad, but the way they are processed turns them into a hidden culprit behind many age-related health problems. So, if you are regularly eating heavily flavored nuts, now might be the time to reconsider. A small change in your snack routine can make a big difference in your vitality. After learning which nuts to avoid, you might be wondering, so which types of nuts are actually good for vitality, hormone balance, and urinary health as we age? The good news is that there are still nutrient-rich, gentle, and especially beneficial nuts for men over 60, if they are used correctly and in the right amounts. First, walnuts. In the scientific community, walnuts are often called the nut for blood vessels. That's because they are rich in L-arginine, an amino acid that helps the body produce more nitric oxide, a molecule that keeps blood vessels flexible and promotes smooth circulation for older men, as blood vessels begin to narrow and lose elasticity. Walnuts support healthy blood flow to areas farther from the heart in a natural way that does not strain the cardiovascular system. Walnuts also provide natural omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce overall inflammation and support blood pressure regulation. Both are key factors for maintaining vitality and confidence in daily activities. Second, raw almonds. Almonds are a great source of vitamin E, magnesium, and zinc, 3 micronutrients that are essential for prostate health and male hormone production. Vitamin E helps protect the inner lining of blood vessels from oxidation, improving circulation. Zinc plays a crucial role in maintaining stable testosterone levels, while magnesium supports restful sleep and emotional balance. One important note is to use only raw almonds, unsalted and unsweetened, to avoid inflammation-triggering ingredients. Third, pistachios. A study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research found that men who ate 100 grams of pistachios daily for 3 weeks showed clear improvement in circulation, vitality, and mood. This benefit comes from the high content of antioxidants, phytosterols, and arginine in pistachios. In addition, pistachios are lower in calories than many other nuts, making them a good choice for people who need to manage their weight, blood pressure, or blood sugar levels. All of these nuts share one important rule: they must be in their natural form, no salt, no added sugar, and no roasted oils. Just a small handful each day can help your body feel lighter, your sleep deeper, your mind more balanced, and your vitality naturally renewed. We have just taken a journey that may seem small, but it holds a powerful impact on hormone health, the urinary system, and natural vitality after age 60, not through vague promises, but through clear, practical knowledge, starting with the familiar container of nuts in your own kitchen. You may have thought that cashews, peanuts, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, or flavored mixed nuts were all healthy foods. But when processed the wrong way, they can contribute to hormonal imbalances, increased inflammation in blood vessels, fatigue, and a quiet decline in energy that is easy to overlook. The good news is that not all nuts are harmful, if you choose wisely. Walnuts, raw almonds, and pistachios can become powerful allies. They support healthy circulation, stabilize hormones, and improve sleep and emotional well-being within just a few weeks of regular use. The message I want to share with you is simple and clear. You do not need to make big changes, just start with one right choice. Today, you can try switching the type of nut you eat at night. Next week, you might notice better sleep. In a month, you could feel lighter, stronger, and more in control of your daily life. If you found today's content helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can continue this journey with us. Each week, you'll receive more guidance on foods, gentle exercises, and natural remedies to support your hormonal and urinary health as you age. Which type of nut are you currently eating from today's list? Share your experience with us in the comments below. Your story could be the encouragement that thousands of others your age are looking for.